Hi everyone, welcome to our Mental Health Monday series for the month of June. At this session, we will be hearing from Dr. Dr Schwiebert, who is the Senior Associate Dean for the Graduate School at UAB. She will be presenting on Kognito at-risk training, which is an interactive simulation about how to support mental health and wellness. This can be for students, faculty, staff, and others, as she'll get into further in this presentation. And Dr. Schwiebert has been instrumental in getting Kognito at-risk training made accessible for everyone at UAB. So thank you for being here, Dr. Schwiebert.
Sure. Thank you, Juhi, and thank you to all for this opportunity to talk with you today about this new resource that we have secured at UAB for your use. And as Juhi mentioned, it is for all of the UAB community, and that includes faculty, staff, and students, including undergraduates, graduate students, postdoctoral fellows, and certainly professional students. So really our entire community here at UAB. And the work that I'm going to be talking about in these next few slides was really done together in partnership with Dr. Angela Stowe, Director of Student Counseling Services, whom I know you know well. And so together we have partnered on securing this resource for UAB. And just to mention straight up, I'm going to be forwarding these slides to Dr. Lancy so that she may distribute. There are a couple of embedded links that may be of use to you all. So I'm hoping you can all see the slides, and we will move forward. So I don't think I have to tell this community about the need that we have both here at UAB and certainly across the country. And frankly, the events of the last few days have really heightened our, I think, feelings of anxiety across the board. We live in really difficult times right now. And so I think that the resource that I'm going to be telling you about today will be certainly of use. So again, getting back to numbers, both nationally and locally here at UAB, again, I know that you are all familiar with certainly the ever-increasing trend of anxiety and depression among students, undergraduate students, as the numbers shown here, from Student Counseling Services, as well as from GBS, or the Graduate Biosciences Survey that was held now a couple of years ago, as well as those in the postdoc community here at UAB. Again, this reflects a rising trend in anxiety and depression for these cohorts. The number of causes for these increases are several, including academic progress, career prospects, and certainly mentorship. And I'm going to come back to that mentorship piece in a little bit toward the end of the talk to talk about a new mentor training program that now includes awareness of mental health needs for students. So with this as a backdrop, I certainly was on the lookout for a resource that we could use here at UAB to help with this, hopefully to alleviate this or lessen the trend. And I learned about Kognito, which is a simulation platform, at a national meeting back in December of 2018 when I attended the national meeting of the Council of Graduate Schools. And it was there that I heard a presentation about Kognito and its use and effectiveness at other institutions similar to UAB. So I'm going to show a demo in the next slide, but effectively this simulation really encourages the understanding and awareness of the warning signs of depression and anxiety and suicide, and to help those of us here on campus to lead and navigate pretty tough conversations with students who may be in distress. And the resource that I will, or Kognito really as a resource, will be added to that battery of tools that we have here at UAB, certainly to assess any need for referral. Just a little bit about the Kognito company. It was developed by academics in the psychology field several years ago, and really developed into a really large platform whereby there are interactive modules that help people navigate these conversations as mentioned. Over 350 institutions now use this type of platform for their counseling efforts. And as a measure of effectiveness, the company surveyed nearly 50,000 faculty, staff, and students at these institutions. And an average of 50% indicated that they had learned a lot of awareness in these areas and really felt a significant increase in their mental health skills. So to dive in a little bit more, I wanted to hopefully attempt to show this demo. So give me a moment while hopefully I won't have any technical difficulties. But I'm going to probably need to change my screen share. So bear with me. And I'm hoping you can all now see and hear this video.
Dr. Schwiebert, the volume on the video is kind of low. In the past when this has happened,
Kognito's At Risk is a suite of online evidence-based programs that build skills and self-confidence of faculty, staff, athletic trainers,
yeah, that sounds good.
to recognize students in distress, talk with them, and if needed, connect them with support. In the at-risk interactive experience, the user meets their virtual coach and learns what to do when they're concerned about a student, how to bring up their concern, increase connectedness, and link students to support. Through a series of interactive scenarios, faculty and students practice leading conversations with virtual students who show signs of anxiety, depression, substance use, and thoughts of suicide. The students react like actual students. Meanwhile, the virtual coach provides real-time performance feedback. With over 350 schools and hundreds of thousands of users trained to date, Kognito's At Risk is the program of choice for institutions seeking to rapidly and cost-effectively build capacity and drive change on campus. In addition to a state-of-the-art learning experience, Kognito simulations are easy to implement. They include hosting and technical support, usage tracking, surveys, and program customization. To learn more, contact us or visit our website.
I'm hoping that you now, bear with me.
6 on your side at 10. Starts now.
If I can get back to our slides. There we go. Back to the slides. Sorry about that. So I hope that gives you just a brief idea of what Kognito does and how it works. And I'm happy to say now that through our efforts, again, together with Dr. Stowe, we've been able to secure a 3-year subscription to this platform for use by the greater UAB community. So let me tell you now in the next slide how to access Kognito. It is live, as I mentioned, and is held in a temporary website on the postdoc webpage. So all of what I'm mentioning today is hosted on that website. The directions are as listed using a compatible browser. It seems to like Chrome the best. You can log in through the campus.com link. And again, you can go and see how to enter in the prompts to register your account. And then it's just a simple click to launch to begin, and you can select either faculty and staff or the student modules. I mentioned earlier that we are now rolling out a Mentoring Matters training program through the UAB Graduate School. This new training program does incorporate promoting mental health, including the Kognito platform as I just described. This training program will launch formally in the fall and will be required of all faculty seeking graduate faculty status. As you may know, those faculty who serve as mentors have to apply and be accepted into this status through the graduate school. This training includes a blended approach, both the completion of online modules, and those 3 are listed there at the bottom, mentoring competencies, really focusing on communication skills, culturally relevant mentoring, building inclusion and a cultural competency, as well as promoting mentee mental health, as mentioned earlier. Once the online modules are completed, then groups of these faculty come together in person for a 2-hour session to discuss case studies that reinforce the information from these modules. And again, Kognito is going to be included in this mental health module of information. I also wanted to highlight that Kognito is going to be included in an upcoming course that Drs. Lanzi, Stowe, and I will be hosting. This will be a reiteration of a course that we launched last spring, just before all the COVID chaos, as I call it. And it will again include a Saturday workshop. This time will certainly be virtual or online. And in this session, participants will learn about mental health topics that are really relevant for graduate students and professional students, as well as postdocs. Skills and resources for managing your own mental health, as well as supporting that of others, as well as learning the signs of mental health distress, including suicide. Again, it will be offered this summer. It's a 1 credit hour course, pass, no pass. And again, we'll include the Saturday workshops as I mentioned. And that's really my slides for today. I'd be happy to take any questions. I'll just leave you there with my favorite quote. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. And I think that's truer today than any time. I'm happy to take your questions. Thank you.
Hi, Dr. Schwiebert. Thank you for your presentation. I had a question about the Mentoring Matters at
Sure.
UAB training. Is that something that is going to be required for all upcoming faculty mentors, or is this like a voluntary opt-in program?
It is required for all of those who are applying for graduate faculty status or renewing their faculty status. They have to renew every 5 years. So
Okay.
good question. It will be required.
Thank you.
And again, I want to reiterate that this Kognito platform will be for everyone across campus. And so now working hard to launch this in different areas. You may be seeing additional information come out through different venues, whether it's through the UAB Reporter or through student government newsletters and so forth. But we are working real hard to launch this summer. As mentioned, we have a 3-year subscription and definitely want to make sure and convince central administration that the platform is being used and is being effective.
And thank you so much for doing that, Dr. Schwiebert. That was awesome. I'm just thinking about it from in terms of when we do take it, it takes about 30 minutes to do. And yes. Will there be more sort of iterations of it, or is it a one-time, you do it this 30-minute, about 30 minutes and you engage in it, and is there any kind of follow-up or other things like that with it?
So there are, when you do start out, there is a survey to determine who the participant is, and then suggests either certainly the student or faculty/staff module, though you could take either. And you're right, it each takes about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how you answer questions and which scenarios you enter into. So in that respect, it can be different in terms of which module you choose, and certainly the questions and decisions that you make as you interact with the module. From our understanding, Kognito as a company updates their modules every 1 to 2 years. So from that aspect, I think perhaps if that's what you're asking, with regard to different scenarios and what have you, those are generally on an annual basis.
Great, thank you. Are there any other questions that you have for Dr. Schwiebert about this? I see that we have some chats. Sarah Avery said, not a question, but thank you so much for providing us with these resources. And Destiny said as well, thank you, I'm so excited for this new resource for UAB students. I know it will help so many. Absolutely.
Great.
And
again, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, I think for the mental health ambassadors and, Active Minds and Grow and all of our other sort of student mental health organizations opportunities to push this out, and for faculty and staff as well, for all of our groups and departments and organizations that we're involved with. I think it's, as you said, now more than ever, it's so important.
Yeah. And I think it well complements certainly the other efforts that are ongoing through the Center for Teaching and Learning, for example, and hopefully will help to reach even more faculty, those who perhaps have been reluctant to come and take the time to go to the CTL training, that this will be definitely a more accessible avenue for them.
And the great thing is you can do it on your own time.
Yes.
It's not a designated time, but you can take that 30 to 40 minutes when you have it to do this. So that's great. Well,
great. Well, thank you again. And I'm going to forward the slides to you, Robin, so that you can just send them out.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. Yay.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you again.
Bye.
Bye.